Hello, it's Blue Orange 22. So, just some quick thoughts. I know the internet's kind of going crazy right now, debating all these different dating, gender ideologies, and subreddits and whatnot. You have the red pill and pickup artists and MGTOW and FDS, which is female dating strategy. Personally, for me, I think all these things are nonsense. I really have nothing to do with any of them. My personal strategy for dating is just kind of whatever. Just kind of live and just kind of, go out and talk to people and kind of see what happens. The way that people make it this whole strategy or game or technique or ideology, you're the red pill technique or you're the female dating strategies technique, all that kind of stuff to me just is really kind of makes no sense. And it's very much overcomplicating something that just doesn't need to be complicated. And I know that a lot of times people associate all of these kinds of things, red pill, MGTOW, female dating strategy, with the men's rights movement. And I get a lot of questions about it. It has absolutely nothing to do with the men's rights movement. The men's rights movement is a movement that talks about laws and social standards that discriminate against men. And yeah, it's true that there are some social standards and social norms when it comes to dating that are different for men and for women. But what I don't think is helpful is to come up with these very kind of rigid ideological views on dating and men and women that just kind of drive people crazy. And to me, I don't see any progress. I don't see how it serves any purpose. To me, it all just kind of seems harmful in the end. You really can't generalize all men or all women as being like this or like this. Yes, there are certain kind of trends, but at the end of the day, the best way to find someone who is best suited for yourself is, in fact, to be yourself. And I understand self-betterment, going to the gym, reading, changing yourself, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with changing yourself, but make changing yourself being yourself. People misunderstand what it says when you say, oh, just be yourself. Oh, so don't do anything? No. If you want to become someone who right now decides, I want to change, that is being yourself. And there's nothing wrong with that. But what you shouldn't do is you shouldn't go on a red pill site and then study all these techniques about how to talk to women and then have a little playbook in your mind of how to talk to women. Oh, when she says this, I respond this way. Oh, when she says this, oh, that's my line. That's completely missing the point of how to talk to a person, and it's not productive in any way. And I'll be honest, I used to do some red pill techniques, and yeah, they kind of do work, but they never worked as well as just being someone who actually feels confident in who they are as a person. And FDS, people get so angry at FDS. So many men and so many MRAs get so angry at female dating strategy. Oh, they're just selfish whores. Oh, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, well, why do you care, though? It's like, well, why get angry at that? Like, I wouldn't approach an FDS woman in a million years. I have absolutely zero interest in them. I think they're immature and pathetic. But why would I get angry at that? They're the ones doing that to themselves. There's nothing to do with me. I'm never going to date an FDS woman. If I'm talking to a woman and she starts making it about money, I don't get angry and call her a gold digging whore. I just leave. I just walk away. I don't care. I'm not going to get angry about it. And this has happened. I've been in a bar, I'm flirting with a girl, whatever, and she says, oh, how about tomorrow we go shopping? No, I'm not going. Yeah, I know what you mean, but I know what you're saying about we're going shopping. No, I'm not doing that. And I know a red pillar would say, oh, well, that's when you use this line or you establish your control as a man and trying to, but I just don't care enough. I'm too lazy. I don't have the energy. I just don't care. Again, my dating strategy is just kind of whatever. Like, whatever. I'm not going to play this whole game with her and do this whole thing. So when that kind of thing comes up, I just leave. Honestly, I just walk away. I just don't care enough to make it a whole thing. Dating should not be a thing. It should just kind of be. The bottom line is, to me, this whole huge thing, this whole big debate that we've made it into is so boring and uninteresting to me. It's like, maybe I'm an incel. Maybe I'm a virgin. Maybe I'm trans. Maybe I'm MGTOW. Maybe I'm a red pillar. Maybe I have 5 girlfriends right now. The point is, I don't care what you think. It doesn't matter to me whatsoever. It makes no difference what someone thinks of my dating life or private life, or when people try and guess certain things. It's just not interesting. I just don't care. And I don't understand why people get so riled up over other people's dating preferences. Like, if a guy wants to be MGTOW, then okay, he wants to be MGTOW. And if a woman wants to be FDS, then okay, that's what she wants. I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't date an FDS woman. And I'm pretty sure an FDS woman wouldn't want to date me. So why would I waste time thinking about it? Why would I waste time caring about it? What is the point? And that's a lot of the problem with the red pill movement, is it's very kind of self-defeating and hypocritical, because they talk about frame, which I agree with this concept, by the way, of frame. Frame is when you kind of keep your inner cool and your inner self-confidence, and you don't let other people kind of rattle you or shake you. But then at the same time, they feel this really, really strong need to constantly talk about it. Why? Or to establish yourself as a man. Why? Like, what do you care what someone else thinks you're sleeping with so-and-so, or you're getting laid or not? What difference does it make? Why do you care? To me, I don't care whatsoever. It makes absolutely no difference to me whatsoever. And if you really had frame, you wouldn't care. And to FDS women, if you really wanted a high-value man, then you wouldn't want a man who feels so constricted that he has to follow all of your rules. You would want a free and independent man, someone who thinks the same way that you do. So all these things to me are just such nonsense. People always ask me, what do I think about red pill and all that kind of stuff, or FDS, all that kind of stuff. And the answer is I don't think about that. It has nothing to do with the men's rights movement, and it has nothing to do with me. So I just don't find it interesting at all. And MGTOW, I understand the principles why men are MGTOW when they're afraid of divorce, they're afraid of family court, they're afraid of how the law is unfair to men. I totally get that. I agree with that 125%. But it's not something that I make like part of my dating identity. It's not something that I carry with me everywhere that I go, But so anyway, that's my thoughts on that. I know a lot of people talk about this. It's getting really popular right now. Again, my views on dating is just kind of whatever. I mean, it's like you like someone, they like you, or they don't. You talk to someone and they talk back, or they don't. And it's like, okay, whatever. Either you get with that person, or you just kind of move on. And it's really not a big deal. So I don't get why people go so crazy over it.